What up, YouTube? Thought I'd make a little update video. Been about a couple weeks since I made a new video. So, just out here power washing, cleaning up this transmission, 4L60E stock converter. I said trying to get the dirt and the grime off of it. Look like that after it's cleaned up. Well, all this stuff already hit. It just ain't want to come off, so I just sprayed some degreaser and soap on it, let it sit. Need to paint the power steering box. Need to still put on the fuel regulator. Still waiting on the upper arms from BMR. They talking about they'll be shipped out sometime this week, which they said that a couple weeks ago. So got the steering stuff on, the inner and outer tie rods, center link. Still need to attach the idler arm. Got the fuel line ran all the way up here, ran all the way from the back. Got the box on, which this will all be painted. I need to find more bolts somewhere if I find the right size. Got this from G-Body Parts, the little tray. Once you take, when you take that, when you delete the AC and heat, get this tray so you can still collect water. And then it's bolted on by the two little stops that's right here. And then you put a screw, which I haven't done yet, but you put a screw down in it right here, which I'm probably either going to silicone the rest of it, silicone it up here to make up that crack, or I might even go as far as welding it in place. I just want to make sure I can still remove this, because this is right now it's underneath of this. This is tight and it kind of got it sandwiched in right there, so it might stay. It might be siliconed in. Other than that, only other things I've done is I've taken these double adjustable control arms off the Cutlass. We're gonna put them on the Malibu because the rims is not centered. Just got the rear end repainted because I got the coilover mounts in, and the lower control arms, all of them have been welded. And I got the brackets from forgot dude's name on eBay, but these is the brackets that let you put the Wheelwood C5, C6 on there from 97 on up, I think through 2012. Press the longer studs in. So this is ready to be put in. I'm not taking it back out again. I just need to flip it down, fill it up with fluid, and put the gasket on it. Got the pump on the motor. It says silver pump, black bracket. I got the belt to go on it. The motor is, like I said, pretty much ready. I also got the AN lines to go in the back of this. So I'm gonna convert this to AN lines. Same thing for the power steering box. And convert that to AN lines. Like I said, we got the fuel tank in with the brand new straps. That's the wire for the fuel pump. They got the positive, the negative, and the actual gauge for the fuel pump in it. Then we got the AN lines running out of that, which these are AN6 going into the Corvette style fuel filter that also allows you to return it. You got your where you send it and it comes and return it back, which I like, and it's so short you ain't gotta waste so much line. And then it's ran around and down, you see it right there, and then it's ran all the way up to the front, which I got around I got 30 feet of AN line, and if you seen that little spool up there, I still got plenty left. And then there's also some still over here which I cut from the line in the fuel filter on back. Only other thing I've done is put the cross member in. This is the one from it's the one from Jegs for the 4L60E. The only problems I have with this, which is not clearance wise, I got clearance both sides. It didn't reach to the other side, which I made a bracket out of some steel that I had left over laying around. I still need to bend it before I 100% bolt it in, but I made that out of that to make it reach the other side. You could buy it for like maybe, I think it's $60-$70 for a plate. I said I might as well give it a try and making it first before I go ahead and spend that money. So it works. Get the dry shaft loop in. Might have to drop it, raise it, depending on once I put the transmission in. I'll find out whenever that needs to be done. Like I said, wheel wood setup. I had a hard time with this because all of them is 3/8. All the lines is 3/8, and I think these is 1/2 inch. I forget now, but I think this line is 1/2 inch for the rear brakes, because this is a kit from Inlet that gives you stainless steel lines, and they're all pre-bent for the car already, so you ain't got to really bend them at all. So the front driver's side and front passenger side both went in with no problem. They both threaded in. But then with me having this proportioning valve, it's originally supposed to go up on the master cylinder, which if I would have did that, it would have eliminated those lines, because those lines wouldn't have been able to reach down here. All the lines would have just been open, and then I was gonna have to cut them and connect them all like right here, which would be hard connecting this one and these two together to make it to that one, and then making one for that one to go into this one. So instead of doing that, the wheel wood one actually fits right in the factory G-body spot for the proportioning valve, and these are the bolts that were supplied with this proportioning valve. They went right into the holes. So only thing I'm doing is wrapping my headers to make sure I don't, burn none of this up. But other than that, like I said, all this stuff fits. The only thing I really did have to do, I think, is had to get a longer driver's side front line, which I used since I bought the kit, and then I bought the rear disc brake line kit. I was able to use this extra one that was a rear and make it work for the front. But other than that, like I said, had to step them down, all the 3/8, all the 1/2 inch ones, step them all down to 3/8. Like I said, these two worked already. Stepped that one down, but it's ran all the way back. But other than that, I'm gonna continue to clean up this transmission, get it painted, and we'll get this rear end in, and we'll be done. Well, as far as I really can take it until I put the shift kit in the transmission, then we'll be able to bolt the whole motor to the transmission and slide it on in. And be one step closer to starting it, which is really, really close. But I thought I'd give y'all a little update, YouTube.